Yo, what's good, family? I wanted to remake older video that I did earlier this morning about the life and times of Rick Bognar, aka the fake Rays Ramon, aka Titan, aka a bunch of other shit. Bognar was not really known to most mainstream wrestling fans until 1996. A little bit of background about what happened in 1996 was that Hall and Nash, Hall, the original Razor Ramon, had left the World Wrestling Federation to go to WCW for a more lucrative deal. His last show was MSG, infamous curtain call, in which he and his buddies basically said goodbye to to the promotion by revealing that Diesel, who was a heel, and then Shawn Michaels, who was a babyface, and Razor Ramon, that was a face, and HBK, I mean Triple H, that was a heel, all was best friends in real life. And X Pac's at 6/123 kid, he wasn't there that 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 time, but it was revealed that he was in another clique as well. So and Vince and them was on a it was a hard choice for them to make because Shawn Michaels champion, you can't punish Shawn Michaels. So you can't punish Diesel and Razor. They're on their way out. They had their last match against Vader and against Shawn Michaels, respectively. They're going to WCW. You can't punish them. So they punish Triple H, and Triple H does these hard matches, and these matches with Duke the Dumpster Drozy, um, you know, uh, for nothing. And here's a guy who he was considering in '96. They was considering him to win the King of the Ring, kind of like Baron Corbin is now. They was considering that for Triple H in 2006. I mean, in 1996. But nope, he fell from grace, and he had to work his way up. Eat shit and like the taste of it, like Vince McMahon said. Well, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash end up going to WCW, end up becoming the outsiders and the founding fathers of the NWO. And Vince McMahon sees this, and Vince McMahon says, well, their characters that they have on WCW are similar to the characters that I built up. The Scarface impersonating character that Scott Hall has, and the Diesel character that Kevin Nash has. In actuality, that's true, but in actuality, it's not kind of true because before Scott Hall left to go to WWF in 1992, he was doing the Diamond Stud gimmick, and it was very similar to what would become Razor Ramon. Similarly, with Kevin Nash, he was doing the Vinny Vegas gimmick as DDP's bodyguard, and that was similar to what he would do as Shawn Michaels' bodyguard in the WWF. Anyway, they won the lawsuit, and on Great American Bash 1996, um, they had to go out and do an interview with Eric Bischoff, basically saying that they did not work for the World Wrestling Federation. They were there to start a new group to take on the stars of WCW. But during this time, after the NWO kicked off, like after Hulk Hogan turned heel, after the 6 man at Great American, Bash at the Beach, uh, um, Hulk Hogan, and them were riding high. They were riding high on their high horse, creating NWO and stuff. But of course, WWE was losing out on the ratings because Shawn Michaels just couldn't carry the load. He wasn't drawing as champion. Like they were putting him against British Bulldog, Owen Hart. They were putting him against Vader, and he was losing. They were putting him against Sid, he was losing. So um, Jim Ross had this thing where he would. It was in October of '96. It was right before Mind Games. The Buried Alive, not the Buried Alive match between Mankind and Undertaker. He cut this promo where he was talking about his Bell's palsy, and when he got sick, WWE let him go. And then how he could have been an announcer for the NFL, and how he was in a toga at WrestleMania 9. He yelled the broadcast booth down at King of the Ring, uh, you know, 1993. So basically just bitter stuff. And he said, I brought back one of your favorites. And for weeks he's been saying that, been saying on the hotline that Razor Ramon and Diesel were coming back. And we all watched it, we bought into it. And it was a Tuesday Raw too. We all watched it and bought into it. We literally thought, and some people at WCW actually thought this too, that the real Scott Hall was gonna come back. you know, out here walks this man who is not as it's kind of not as taller than Scott, but he doesn't look like Scott so long at all. And we just realized that we were fooled. That the WWE decided to create in their own image a version of Scott Hall, a version of Razor Ramon, and also a version of Diesel. And in a way, through his commentary, Jim Ross was kind of the manager of these guys. Now, they continue certain storylines that the old Razor Ramon had done. Like, for example, before he left, Scott Hall had this storyline was where Goldust was sending him flowers, and Goldust was making advances towards him because they had the match at the Royal Rumble that year. So when the new Razor came in, Rick Bognar, Goldust was going to do the same thing. It was just really stupid. Another feud with Savio Vega. Savio Vega was the ally of Razor Ramon, going back to when Savio made his debut at In Your House in 1995, saving Paul from the roadies. Saving all from the roadies, and they both had this Latino gimmick. So the first person that comes out to attack the fake Razor is Savio. And Savio and the fake Razor have a feud. Now, fake Razor and fake Diesel don't really do much of anything. It's a dud that falls on his head. But one of the things I do remember is those two guys on Shotgun Saturday Night having tag team matches. And being at the Royal Rumble 97 and being at the Survivor Series 97 on going against Yokozuna on Crush's team with Crush, Goldust, Jerry Lawler, and that the plan was completely scrapped after the Royal Rumble. There was really nothing for them to do. But it's just funny how Eric Bischoff thought that these two guys were actually, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, were actually going to make the jump back to the World Wrestling Federation. and that Glenn Jacobs and Rick Bognar were going to be the real Razor, Malone, and Diesel. It's like WCW ended up doing a fake storyline right after that, where fake Sting joins the NWO. Like crazy, but fake Razor and fake Diesel, I don't even think ever really got a title shot. It was just a prelude to keep Glenn Jacobs with the company because in 1997, Glenn Jacobs would go on to become The Undertaker's brother Kane, and that gimmick would lead him to become mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. So it didn't work out so well for him. But for Rick, I feel sorry for him and his family. He lost his life at age 49. He was never really that much of an entertainment to me, but I love the Razor Ramon gimmick when Scott Hall put it, put it, put it on, and I wanted to see him come back in '96. Even though I was an NWO mark, I wanted to see him come back to the World Wrestling Federation, see him regain the IC Championship. IC Championship, when I was coming up as a kid, the IC Championship was a very prestigious title that was synonymous to me with Razor Ramon. I remember him seeing him win his first IC Championship in '93 in the Battle Royal against Rick Martel. Then seeing him win his second, and this is his third against Dean Douglas. So to me, the IC title was his title, and Rick Bognar never really got a shot at it. He never really got a shot at any of that stuff. He was pretty big for his size, but he never really achieved much. Much like the Renegade, a fake Ultimate Warrior, Rick Bognar never achieved much. But anyway, RIP Rick Bognar, and condolences to your family.